Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I am here with my weekly Moonday Oracle Message. This is going to be a message for all of us, or the collective, for our highest and greatest good. It's going to be a message for the week of October 21st, 2019. So I'm going to give a few moments before I get into everything and start sharing this and let people know that I am live. And welcome, Courtney. I see you just popped in, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are having a happy moon day. So pardon me while I just start sharing. Trying to share anyway. Doesn't want to load. Can you hear me and see me okay, Courtney? Oh, there you go. Has it? It was a little bit opposite for me, quite relaxing actually, but yeah, the energy was a little weird. The energy has been weird. We're going to talk about that. Hi, Reese. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. And I can see that my comments are doing something a little funky again, or the notifications. It's like they get hidden down beneath the bar and I have to scroll up to see them again. So, hi, Dawn. Happy Moon Day to you as well. I'm glad you were able to pop in live. Hey, Fred. Welcome. One more share and I am done. There we go. Courtney says, nothing went as planned. Does it ever, Courtney? You know, you think we would learn this by now. It never goes according to our plans, never even on our time. Glad you were able to make it, Reese. Thank you so much for being here. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody been moving through these intense energy shifts the last couple of days? You know, the moon is, moving through signs like crazy. And, Scorpio's still in Venus, so Scorpio's kind of bringing down the house, if you will. Lots of Phoenix energy has been happening. You know, we've been talking about the Phoenix I know that I mentioned it, I don't think it was last week, but it was the week before is when it really started coming up, where I actually had that vision of the Phoenix coming through that full moon that we just had, that Aries full moon. And it's kind of the theme right now. Phoenix is, running the show. Hi, Gregory. Welcome. Hi, Laura. Hi, Jen. Thank you for being here. Oh, no, Reese. I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe I kind of, stayed undercover today. I didn't do a whole lot. I went to the movies today with my daughter and Karen, and for the most part, I kind of just hung out at home and did some, focused on the self. Okay, I see everybody starting to pop in. I'm going to do my best. I'm sorry if you see me keep having to lean in here and scroll up with comments. I really don't know what's been going on with this thing, but all right, so welcome everybody, and for those of you who are new to my page, I will just really do a brief explanation of what this is. This reading that I'm doing for the week is for the collective. That means it is a message for all of us as one. It is for the week of October 21st, 2019, and it is not personalized. That means I'm not doing individual readings and personal readings for everybody here today. I'm doing kind of like a generalized overview. I do offer personal private readings. If you are interested, you can reach out to me and message me here privately on my page. You can even check out my fees and my services and see the different types of readings and healing sessions that I offer both in person and remotely. So if you're interested, we can always handle that privately. But for now, this is a generalized overview for what we really most need to know for the week. Kind of like, what is the theme? It's a great way for Spirit to kind of give us like a heads up as to what we really need to know about what we can do to best move with the flow of energy versus trying to move against it. It does give us that awareness as to what is going on all around us. And when we know that, it allows us to kind of jump ahead of things and work with it versus, reacting to it or allowing situations to knock us down. All right, so it gives us that bit of a heads up. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Kathleen. Welcome, both of you beautiful ladies. Thank you for popping in and joining here this week. Hey, Ange. Welcome. Glad you were able to make it as well. Look at that. Magic number 13. Just switched back to magic number 11. Look at that. All right. So this, again, it's a generalized message for everybody for the highest and greatest good. It doesn't matter if you were watching this live, if you're catching this on the replay, even if you catch this months from now. The reason that you're tuning in is because there is something that you are going to need to hear this week, a message that is going to resonate with you to assist you in some way. After, I just do really briefly a news and announcements section for both what I have going on here at Magical Me and my sister business, Oracles of the Light, and anything that we might have going on. I kind of just do the announcements and news. And then I like to go into my energy forecast, and I talk a little bit about what I've been experiencing the past weekend, what I've been experiencing today, anything I might notice or what I know might be going on astrologically with the moon that could be playing a little bit of a role in what's going on with us. And then I pull the oracle message for all of us. And then I like to pull a mudra for us all to work with together, and then you can work with it all week on your own. So I will run you through each and every part as we get there. Oh, fun times, Angie, fun times. Hi, Karen. Welcome, love. Happy Moon Day. Hi, Liz. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. All right, so news and announcements really quickly. So for those of you who do not know, I do have another page, another business with my Sisters of Light, Karen and Lindsay, and we are Oracles of the Light. If you'd like to head over at some point and go check out our page, give it a like. It'll allow you to stay up to date with the news and events that we do, because sometimes we do exclusive things over on Oracles that I don't do over here on Magical Me. So what we have going on between both myself and Oracles at this time, I believe we don't have anything going on for the rest of October other than our Dream Oracles group. It is a private Facebook group where Lindsay, myself, and Karen all work with you one-on-one with dream help. So we talk about the history of dream oracles, what dream oracles, or also known as dream walkers, are able to do, and how some of us may actually be dream oracles without ever having realized it. But the first step in even becoming aware of that is to actually work with the magic and the power of your dreams. Your dreams really are an opportunity for your higher self, your spiritual team, as well as even loved ones to reach out and communicate messages. It is a phenomenal time of our day when we are actually healing, when we are actually receiving divine guidance and messages for our life, for our everyday, and we are also actually having work done on ourselves as well as working on higher realms. So your dreams are incredibly powerful tools, and most of the time people think, I don't dream, I don't remember my dreams, but you absolutely do, but for some reason you're shutting them down. So you don't really remember them when you wake. So we work with everyone one-on-one to teach you, one, how to remember your dreams, the different tools and things that you can do to start remembering. We teach how to set dream intentions or dream goals, how to get guidance that you are looking for everyday assistance in your life through your dreams. We do teach about the different types of dreams that there are. Excuse me. Between this month, we've actually been working with shadow dreams, releasing dreams, and nightmares. 1 second, please. A little bit of a tickle. So maybe some throat chakra stuff coming up for this message. For those of you who don't know, I am an clairsentient or medical intuitive. which means that I do pick up on other people's maybe energetic blocks, their emotional blocks, and even physical blocks. So sometimes Spirit likes to send me a message through my own body as to what we will be discussing. So throat chakra, and I do believe Mercury, it just kind of flashed into my head. Mercury rules over the throat chakra. I know I'm off topic here, but Mercury rules over the throat chakra, and Mercury is actually getting ready to go retrograde on Halloween. So yay us. So just bear with me. Hi, Heather. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Deborah. If I don't honor it, hi, Michael. Welcome. Long time no see. Glad you made it. If I don't honor it, I will go into a choking and coughing fit. So I have to find out what it is that's trying to come through. Otherwise, it's just going to be really unpleasant. So, all right. So what I was saying, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Thank you for reminding me, Spirit, about Mercury. What was I saying? Oh, Dream Group. Okay. Dream Group, we really do work with you hands-on. We provide a space for you to share your dreams, and we teach you how to break it down, as the language of symbolism is the way that Spirit communicates to us. So we really do help you find out the different types of dreams that you're having. We're working with problem-solving dreams. We are working with visitation dreams, as this is the month of Samhain or Halloween, when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest up until mid-November. So this is really a time where we're getting a lot of dream messages, even if you're not remembering it. All right. So it's only $10 for the month. It is still open to join. You can actually join at any time. If you join now, you'll get all the information from this month and all the information from last month. But as of November 5th, we restart. So you will only get the original month's information, but you will not have access to this month's information. But again, you can join at any time, and it'll be $10 a month for this month and $10 a month again on November 5th. So just something to think about for anybody who's really interested in working with your dreams. We do a lot of hands-on activities as well. As like we're going to be creating dream pillows, giving information to create your own dream catchers and the significance of them. So lots of powerful information. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. So the only other thing that I think we have going on at this particular time is Lori Moore, who is a wonderful friend of ours. I've talked about her before. We have hosted her before. She is incredibly talented and gifted psychic medium. She does both psychic readings as well as mediumship readings. This will be an in-person gallery hosted at Oracles of the Light in Easton, Pennsylvania. It is $33 a ticket, and every single person is guaranteed a reading. So you can ask a question when your number is called, and you can ask either a question that is more psychic in nature, which means that you can ask for life guidance. You could ask if you are in help or in need of help finding or locating something. You know, I think we've had a couple people say that they were missing jewelry or different things. And I think, Barbara, you may have been one of them at the last gallery, was missing a ring. And I do believe you found it after speaking to Lori. Did you not? I could be wrong, but I believe you did. So she does help you locate things. She's not even need to be in the same room with you. She has actually been hosted on Animal Planet's The Haunted. And again, she also does mediumship readings. So if you have a question for one of your deceased loved ones, you can ask Lori and she will bring their energy through. So it is incredibly, it's a really a wonderful experience. Lori, like I said, she is really good at what she does. That's why we host her so many times, and also just a really amazing person. And the Oracles are going to be giving away a magical goodie bag to one lucky attendee. So tickets are still on sale. If you're interested, check out the event. I think it is on Magical Me as well as on Oracles of the Light. For the link to purchase the tickets, you definitely want to hurry up before those tickets sell out. Okay, I think that's all we have for right now. As of the first week in November, we're going to be announcing what else is coming from Oracles for the month of November. Okay, so yes, Var says it was, and I did. It was my fire opal. Wonderful. See, so I'm not lying. Live experience here. Barbara was there, and she did have, was missing a ring, and Lori helped her locate it. So fantastic. Love Lori. All right, so that is it for that. We're going to talk now about my I should be calling it my empathy forecast, but I kind of call it my energy forecast. I'm not an astrologer, but I do understand a little bit about how some of the planetary movements do have an impact on us. And for the last 2 weeks, I had been talking about, Scorpio playing a really big role, even though we aren't not yet in the sign of Scorpio, depending on where planets move, because the planets are constantly in motion. So when these planets move into different zodiac signs, it takes on like a whole new shape, and it does have a huge impact on us because as above, so below. So it doesn't really matter if you have Scorpio in your chart at all. It's still going to affect us in some way because all of us have planets in our charts. So it still affects us some way or another, some for the positive, some for maybe doesn't seem the positive, but still always opportunities for us to shift and grow, right? So Scorpio has been, we talked about how Scorpio realistically, to me, feels like it's in its Phoenix phase, which is all about rebirth. Scorpio is that sign of, and we are actually getting ready to move into the sun for Scorpio as well. The sun is moving into Scorpio. And so Scorpio is that sign of constant reinventing itself. It rules over death and rebirth. So really, it succeeds and excels in this area. Right now, Scorpio is in this planet of Venus. So that has to do, Venus being having a big connection to relationships, be it romantically or not. It's really bringing up, as Scorpio is that, like, I will grab it and stick it in your face and make you look at it. Like, you got to deal with this. So Scorpio is really bringing up stuff to the surface about us recognizing what has been kind of going on in our relationships, what has been not going or serving us well in our relationships. I'm sorry, I'm looking. Do you have a smoke detector with a low battery? I keep hearing a beeper. Yeah, it's not my room, but it's like 2 rooms away. And try as I might, I have not been able to get my husband to replace the battery. Even though they're all like electrically wired, it's still, if it has a low battery, it'll still keep doing that. So I apologize, but I'm like two rooms away from that with the door closed. So I can't, and I have headphones on, so I can't believe you guys can still hear that. So sorry. So it has been really intense, and for the highest good. It's really making us analyze and look at the way things have been going in our relationships with others, in the relationship with self as well. Scorpio is that sign that really goes deep, makes us focus on reflection. So it's about coming, and they're really all about truth, I should say. And digging deep to find the truth. So right now, a lot of people are deciding to end relationships, or are re-evaluating the way that their situations need to be in their relationships, or what they most need out of a relationship. Really also re-evaluating the relationship with the self. And this is important. It is actually divinely timed with the season for us to reinvent ourselves, for us to let die those parts of us or those situations in our lives that aren't in alignment with where we're going. All right. So I can tell you that through my energy and empathy experience this past weekend, and the past week, there have been lots and lots of endings, lots of truth communication coming out. And Mercury is actually getting ready to go retro. So we are already in its post-retro phase, I guess, or pre-retro phase. Am I saying that correctly, Ange? Pre-retro phase. And Mercury, again, is connected to the throat chakra. It's also about communication, miscommunications. So it's almost like before it goes retrograde, it's kind of bringing up the opportunity for us to stand up and speak our truths, communicate our needs. And sometimes that's not going to go over well with other people. But at the end of the day, this is about you. And so those people, those situations that are not going to respect or honor our truth, once it's put out there, they are going to fall away, unfortunately. But again, not just for your highest and greatest good, but for the other people's highest and greatest good. There has been so many repressed emotions. I felt a whole lot of sacral chakra stuff coming up the other day. And it really does feel like a whole lot of repressed emotions, mainly also concerning inner child stuff. And when we say inner child, because the sacral chakra is the place of where the inner child resides. So maybe you have not been honoring your inner child. Maybe you have been living life according to other people's terms. Maybe you are still living your life according to wounds that shaped you and shaped your thought process as a child. Maybe there was something that occurred, a trauma, if you look all the way back then, that you are carrying with you. Anything that is repressed and stored, instead of being released and healed or dealt with, it gets stored in our sacral chakra, which is that element of our emotional center there. It is also our birthing center. Men or women alike, it doesn't matter. It's the birthing, creative fire center. So this is that phoenix energy, that raw creation energy that is wanting to erupt within us right now. So anything that is suppressed, that is out of balance within within that area or within your emotional body, mental body either, being stored there, it's actually going to kind of be forced to come up and out right now, because this is what is necessary to rebirth us as we move into 2020 and closer through these gateways that we've been talking about here. 1010 was that fire energy. I think I just saw a post by someone. Angie, can you... I need to give this woman credit because I can't share her information without giving her credit. Is it, I always forget how you say her name. Is it Alana Healing? She just shared something that I thought was amazing regarding the 1010 portal gateway, the 1111 gateway, as well as the 1221 gateway. There's 1212 and 1221. So you got these massive gateways that are coming up, and one is like initiation by fire, which is the 1010. And then you've got the other one, which is initiation by, I believe, water, and another one, which is initiation by air. So there's this amazing post. I may have already shared it on Magical Me. If I didn't, I'm going to make sure I do that, because I was like, oh my God, yes. It put really into perspective what I was feeling, what was going on. And all of this is the catalyst to bring us back to that authentic state as we really step into a new frequency, a new energy level, a new place in our evolution, our collective evolution, and in the earth itself, as the earth itself is being rebirthed for 2020. Big 2020 Master Builder 22 year. So it's a really big shift that's happening for all of us. So just so that you know, this is kind of what I'm feeling right now, this whole birthing, rebirthing energy. Interestingly enough, Kathleen and I actually just very briefly noticed today that there is a whole lot of the balancing has been coming up. I shared the other day on my page how I had a flash. Some of you may have seen the post. I had an actual image or a flash when I was doing my morning, like kind of meditating, calling my protection for the day. And I actually saw two circles flash in front of me. And then I saw between the two circles, after they formed, a flash of pure white light shot down in between the two of them. Thank you, Angie. Alana Divine Healing, that is her page. She's fantastic. If you guys don't follow her, you might want to. She's really good. A lot of her information, once I receive my messages, they're very in sync, and she kind of like posts it and it puts mine in perspective. So I really love her work. But yes, so what I was saying, I saw this vision, and it made me feel like, and the message that I received was that our past physical self was actually being brought into balance with our spiritual present self. And it's kind of like the two are coming together, almost like coming out of the void for that birthing of the new, but bringing our states into oneness and balance. So it's really a big theme right now. So all of these things that are coming up for clearing at this time are to bring you into alignment with balance so that you can start new, begin again. Our cards for last week were about the magical hour of all things being presented to us this past or last week that were really going to shift our lives in some way or another. And also the new beginnings card came out with it. So in the new moon. So some powerful stuff that's really happening. And hopefully I didn't just do our reading. But so I just kind of wanted to share like what's going on, what I've noticed within my own family. I can see like emotional stuff coming up, You know, my poor children they've been going through some really emotional initiations, but all opportunities for them to peel back the layers of conditioning and kind of coming into their own here. So it's tough. It's not easy, everybody, but we're getting through it. We are blazing through it, like it or not. So Angie says shadow phase. Yeah. For right now, we're in the shadow phase of Mercury. Is that what you're saying? Sorry, because all the comments, I didn't see them in right timing. So, hi, Tammy. Welcome. Hi, Hannah. Welcome. Did I miss anybody else? Universal web at work. Yes, Kathleen, we both also pulled spider information and web information, web weaving, like the same day. So it's like we're really, like, the messages are just coming through for everybody right now. Gemini moves into Scorpio tomorrow. Oh, wow. And you know, that's the twins. That's the, it is balance, but also those two sides there, those two faces. Kathleen says, yes, and more to come. It is important right now in raising to a higher vibration. Absolutely. That's why it's happening. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's to raise not only our individual vibration, but our vibration as a collective, the vibration as the planet as well. All right. So let me go ahead and get into our oracle message. So I am choosing to work with speaking of balance, the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish, because I just felt guided to, there is a lot of shadow right now that's going on. I talked last week about feeling like I was in the void. I do actually feel like I'm starting to come out of it, but not yet. Like I still feel like I can start to, like my head just peeked up above the water, if that makes sense. And I can kind of like look around and see things that want to start being set into motion, but I'm not fully moving forward, if that makes sense to everybody. All right. So this is a perfect deck to work with the shadows that might be coming up. Shadows come up to teach us what needs to be cast light on for healing, for release, for balance. All right. So let's see what guidance comes forward for the collective good this week of October 21st, 2019. Oh, all right. This makes sense. It's a number 6. 6 is the pause with awareness. Yeah, that also makes sense. We've been talking about the great pause, that winter card that keeps coming up out of the Halloween Oracle deck for everybody. I keep seeing it everywhere. It is like the great pause, the transition. That's kind of what they call the veil. The time of Samhain is really like that time of pause, the in-between worlds before we are reborn at Yule. So it's really a big, long pause. So the card is the number 6. 6 is the number of truth. It is also the number of illumination. It is the number of harmony. It's also the number of divine love, not just romantic sort of love. This is the type of love that is unconditional love, compassion for all, rising above, transcendent type of love. So this gives you a little bit of a heads up as to what we're kind of being pushed towards right now. That love, one, for the self unconditionally, and the love for all unconditionally. So, hi Derek, hey Bridget. You guys are in perfect timing because I just pulled the Oracle card. But I did talk about the news and announcements and the energy forecast, so you can catch that back on replay. Okay, but thank you for being here. So it's a number 6, and it is autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. And that's perfect with what you just said, Ange, the pause. So I love this card. I really do, because I am always drawn to the hope that it elicits within me when I look at it, because it is the imagery is really done well in this card. So during autumn, there's that saying that the trees are just about to teach us how beautiful death can actually be, because those beautiful shades that we see, that we love during the time of fall on the color of the leaves of the tree, color of the trees, I actually refer to as shades of death, because they literally are the trees shedding their skin, because they are about to go into their deep slumber, their deep pause for the transition of rebirth that's going to occur in a few months. And they know, they don't fear death, because they know that the beginning will soon come again. And so it talks about how autumn is the great pause. I did show you the card, right? It does talk about how autumn is the great pause. It's like the long sigh, if that makes sense. So if you look behind her in the card, you can see how all of these trees are very barren, desolate looking. It doesn't look very welcoming or inviting. Kind of feels like the end of the road, But she holds within her hands the apple. The apple is the symbol for rebirth, because it also represents the seeds that are ready to plant anew. So while those trees may be barren and seemingly dead, she holds within her the seeds to plant an entire new forest full of apple trees. Apples are a powerful symbol of fertility. They are a powerful symbol of rebirth, ancient wisdom, and knowledge. And not to be confused with the whole forbidden fruit at all. I do believe that's a programmed fear that we, in certain religions, that's just my personal belief, not here to change anybody else's, but I don't see the apple that way. Apple was also a symbol of ancient Avalon, and they were considered sacred because of what they represented. It was about eating the fruit of knowledge, this ancient wisdom of basically the tools of creation. So autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. So as we go through this time of pause, where it may literally feel like many are going through metaphoric death, endings, it can seem like you're not moving forward. It can feel incredibly confusing, because it's like Angie said. I'm going to read her comment again where she said that the pause with awareness. I think that's the most challenging, because when you're in the pause, a lot of times, or in the void, you don't feel like you want to move. You just feel this weight. It's almost like energetically you're being primed to just stand still, because you're in the cocoon and this magic and metamorphosis is happening even though you cannot see it, or you just don't really understand it. But this type of pause is a little different, because you can see the future. You're getting glimpses. You're feeling inspired to step forward. You've got your head above water, like I said, but the rest of you is still submerged. So it's not quite time to take off running. It's not quite time to plant those seeds, though we do hold those seeds within us that soon, very soon, are going to be ready to be planted. So it is about holding out the faith, releasing control, surrendering to the process, to the divine flow, knowing that this is a necessary time of transition, of transformation, that there is magic occurring deep within as the old you is dissolved and the new you is being ready to break free. It's just not quite time, but that doesn't mean that you're meant to lose hope or give up. It feels heavy, and I'm actually being shown a situation that my own son is actually going through right now. So it's showing me an example that we can literally feel like death, like our situation is ending, and different things that are going on in our lives are coming to an end, and you just don't feel like, how can I ever get out of this? How is it ever going to change? We're not supposed to know the how, guys. We're just supposed to hold on and let flow the spirit and move through us. Let the universe, which is also the same as our soul, okay, because they're one and the same, to let it work through us in divine ways without needing to control it. So surrender, hold hope, because if you give up, that's really what you're creating for yourself. Know that you do hold seeds that just aren't yet ready to be planted, but very soon they will be. We are being brought into alignment and a harmonious flow for the highest and greatest good of our own journeys. All right? Just hold tight. So don't give up this week. Remember, you have your apple. Soon it's going to be ready to be planted. And soon you're going to be able to see the fruits of all your hard work being blossomed onto those beautiful barren trees, as they will no longer be barren. All right? So I hope that makes sense to everybody. I know sometimes I get a little bit symbolic or poetic with the way that I see, but I hope that it makes sense for all of you, because I do feel like it's an incredibly beautiful message. It's telling us that there is light. It is coming. You just got to hold on and just surrender to the process, because you are transforming, even if you don't feel like you are. And again, like I said, it's hard when you can see the picture and you can see the potential and you feel like I'm supposed to move. But remember, Mercury is also about ready to go retrograde. So it makes us kind of sit tight for a lot of stuff, because Mercury is that planet that it does rule over communication. It does rule over travel. It does rule over like contracts. And so at the time when it goes retrograde, which is seemingly backwards, it's not time for action, but preparation, reflection, rest, relaxation. So just allow, guys. Magic's happening, all right? Hi, Jamie. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Karen says, hello, I feel blessed that I got to listen to you for the first time in months. Oh, welcome. I know I haven't seen you in a while, but thank you so much for popping in, and I'm glad that you got to tune into some of it, and anything that you missed, you can catch it back on replay. But thank you so much for being here. All right, so that is the Oracle message for the week. I hope that you all enjoy it and keep it in mind this week, as whatever goes on, remember, it's part of the process. Nothing you can do but just let flow, all right? So our lives are really being brought into balance, even if we can't fully see it, all right? All right, so now it's time for the mudras, and I will briefly explain what mudras are. So this is mudras for awakening the energy body, and this is by Alison de Nicola. The reason that I actually pull mudras is because it's one thing to hear me talk about what's going on, but I'm the type of person that I don't like to just tell people what to expect or what they can do. I like to also help them find the tools to facilitate change, to assist them with their growth. So mudras are just that tool. They are literally about taking your power into your hands. So mudra is a Sanskrit word that translates to seal or energy seal. And so in the palms, you actually have chakras. This is how energy can be conducted. In your fingers, you actually have triggers that are connected to the elements. So when you form gestures with your hands, lots of time we go like this and we don't even realize that this is actually a mudra. This is a mudra that is acceptance. So it is all about accepting. And so I believe it's the Ajna mudra. Am I mistaken, Ajna? And so it is about acceptance, and we do this a lot. I will catch myself talking a lot, and I actually start forming mudras without even realizing it. A lot of times it'll be like when I'm talking to clients or doing readings, and I'll actually start forming mudras. I don't even realize that I'm forming these mudras, or something. Like I think there was one last week where we were literally like this. I sat here talking to somebody the other day going like this. So really, I'm sending out healing, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. You're healing yourself by using these powerful things that we call hands on a daily basis. So forming these mudras and symbols with your hands, channeling energy and intention or breathing techniques along with it, really is a powerful way to channel energy to your energy centers known as chakras. So our chakras actually rule over a specific point in all four main bodies. So our four bodies are the physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and then your spiritual or your light body. And we have many more layers than that, but those are kind of just the long and short of it. And so each mudra has the potential to work with and remove blockage from not just one chakra, but some mudras actually work with all chakras at once or many chakras. So through the use of these mudras and channeling the energy there, it does allow you to alleviate blockage in those emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, which then kind of breaks down the way for alleviating any blockage you might have on your physical body in the form of an ailment, a discomfort, a dis-ease. So they are incredibly powerful, and they have been used for thousands of years by even the ancient Tibetan monks. So I believe that they've been used by much more widely than even that. Just maybe, not so much being recorded then. But they're still very widely used in a lot of spiritual practices and healing modalities today. So I like to use them to assist us in facilitating our growth and kind of catapulting the message for the week. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that. They are so powerful, though, that sometimes they come with cautions. So if we experience certain physical issues or conditions on our physical body, they can tend to overstimulate those conditions. So if there's a caution with the mudra that comes up for us, I will let us know in advance before you use it, okay? Anjali, that's what it is, okay? And I don't even know if I said that right, but you know what I'm saying. I knew it was something like the ajna, but I do confuse it with that one, and that's the third eye chakra, is it not? Telling you, my memory for certain things is impeccable, but when it comes to the mudras, I don't know if it's just because it's the Sanskrit language that I'm just like very tongue-tied. I can't remember, so I apologize about that. But I don't claim to be an expert. I just work with them when I'm called to. All right, so let's see what mudra comes forward for the collective good for the week of October 21st, 2017. Adhi. Look at that red to go right along with our red apple. So root chakra, that makes a lot of sense, is when situations happen. So this is going to be connected obviously to the root chakra, as the root chakra is red, but it can be connected to other chakras as well. And I'm going to get into that in a second. And Angie, Angie Walters from Crystal Essence Healing is who is actually commenting right now about the mudras. She does work a lot more intimately with mudras than what I do. She works with them on a daily basis. So she does have a lot of information that's not solely on the cards here. So if you want to share anything, feel free to, sweetie. Thank you. And I do appreciate you doing that. Hi, Amber. Welcome, love. So we're on the mudra, but root chakra. So with the red being really like a standing out in the other card as well, and red coming up for this, root chakra is at the base of our spine, but the root chakra is said to actually control our ability to feel protected, to feel safe, stable. It is our physical connection, or our connection to our physical I am presence, our spiritual self in our physical body. So it is about feeling in your presence, feeling stable, feeling safe. And also when you are in a place of fear is when our root chakra can get blocked up. So it makes sense with anything that might be going on where we have to kind of remember to hold hope and to not lose sight of that this is just temporary, anything that we might be going through. This is the calming mudra. Okay, so it's the Adhi mudra. It assists with stillness, support, and balance. There's that balance, Kathleen. It reduces anxiety, supports, and that's great. That's going to be great for anything, because it's very easy to go there, and I get that. I'm not telling you that we shouldn't feel anything. You're going to, and it's important that when those situations come up, you have the necessary tools to bring yourself back down, to not allow fear to run amok, because it is really going to take you. Shadows are real. They feel very real. Illusions feel very real, and we can just forget and lose sight. So this is going to be a really necessary mudra for the week, everybody, okay? It's a master number 11, and it is calming. And Angie says Adi means primal and first. And that makes it really, as we are kind of stripped away and stripped down to our authentic primal selves. All right. So it assists with reducing anxiety, supports muscular skeletal system. It cultivates mental and physical restoration. So, caution, before you do this, it does lower blood pressure, okay? So, great for anybody who needs that, but for those of you who already have low blood pressure, obviously this isn't one that you're going to want to work with. So, sometimes you can work with the mantra or chant for that mudra instead. But I'm not really sure, Ange, is that mantra one that will also lower blood pressure, or is it one that they're safe to work with before? And Angie usually likes to share that for everybody as an alternative too. So I gotta love her, my mudra mama. All right, hi Norma. Welcome, beautiful lady. Thank you so much for being here. So we're on the mudra, but you can catch anything back. So for those of you who are okay to work with this mudra, again, proceed at your own risk, your own discretion. We're going to do this one together. So basically, you're just going to open the hands wide, tuck your thumbs into the center of the palms, curl the fingers loosely around the thumbs, all right? So again, palms open, thumbs in, curl your fingers around, making a loose fist. So then you're going to rest your hands palm down on top of your thighs, okay? You're going to lengthen your spine. Close your eyes. And I want to have you take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And it even helps to pull in that deep red color. And release your breath out of your mouth. Again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And release. You can even see that deep red color moving into the base of your spine. And one more time, nice deep breath in. And release. And you can state, I rest in the calm of inner balance and support. I rest in the calm of inner balance and support. I rest in the calm of inner balance and support. And so it is. Okay? All right. So I'm actually going to take a picture of this card and I will post it on my page so that you can feel free to save it to your phone, share it to your device, or keep it on your device. And you can work with this mudra all week. It's literally like, keep it in your pocket, because anything that does occur, or, or if anything kind of takes you back to that state of fear, you don't want to lose sight of the blessings that are on the way. And so you can work with this to keep you nice and calm, and you should feel really nice and calm. I always recommend doing at least 3 breaths with it, but you can do much more than that if you feel necessary. Breathe in nice and calm as much as you need to. All right. So Angie does say that she will be adding the mantra for it. She also says that it can be used for the Hindu goddess Durga and Shakti, as well as Parvati. So some very powerful, I don't know if I'm creator and destroyer goddesses. So Parvati and Shakti, I know a little less about. I know Shakti is like your Shekinah, right? But Durga, I know. I know Durga because she comes riding in on that tiger. And she's all like about the kind of like destroyer for the bringer of the creative fire. So thank you for that. She has the mantra there that you could also say. Kathleen, love and blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I do appreciate you spending your evening with me. Much love, magical blessings. And if you do need any support, any assistance, you know that I am always a message away, and there are readings to assist you that we can offer, myself or even the oracles, that we can help anybody with. And sometimes, you might just need just a message of reassurance, and we're also here for that. Okay, so love and blessings, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.